king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me into your home. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me." It was January 23rd, a typical Monday. And on Monday evenings, I work with a local outreach ministry at the train station in the center of Rome. What we do is we help people who are in difficult circumstances. They find themselves trapped in Rome and they're homeless. A friend of mine named David from the UK joined me that evening. When we met Nico and Andy, their story was very difficult even before they came to Rome. However, their time in Rome was a significant tragedy, and it changed both of their lives. Nico and Andy will never be the same. That evening when we left, with tears in both of our eyes, David asked me, "What are we going to do?" I seriously contemplated returning to Nico and Andy and inviting them here to my very small one-room home. But I didn't. Instead, I replied to David, "David, God wants to reveal his glory to Nico and Andy." And indeed, that was the case. The very next day, Nico and Andy started attending the English classes that I teach at the local Baptist church. I introduced them to the pastor and his wife, and they began attending all of the meetings at the church, including choir practice on Thursday night. Over time, building trust and friendship, I invited both of them to my house for dinner. And their menu request? American hamburgers made on the grill. We shared a lot of evenings together over American hamburgers. One specific evening, they referred to me as Dad. And that evening, everything changed. From that moment on, I knew that God had done all of this for a reason. Nico was invited to the UK to live with friends and to find work. Andy, however, stayed behind here in Rome by himself, living in a homeless shelter. He went to the homeless shelter that night. He collected all of his things, and the next day, he began to live with me, and he stayed here for about 2 months. Recently, a mutual friend asked him to be his logistical guide and translator on a short visit to Romania. Andy took that opportunity to return back to his home country. Today, Nico is in the UK, 2,000 miles away from me. And Andy is in Romania, 2,000 miles away from me. There's no one sleeping on my spare sofa. No one's clothes are hanging in the closet. No one's things are in the dresser drawer. No more hamburgers on the grill. By the way, could you pray that God would provide a new grill? Can you see this? It's completely rusted through. It's really old. I really need a new barbecue grill. And I believe God can provide that. He's provided all of this. He's provided so abundantly. Could you pray that God would provide a new barbecue grill? Thank you. Because of your commitment to Mission Roma, your sacrificial giving, your partnership, together we lived out Matthew chapter 25. Together we invited Nico and Andy here to my home. Together we fed them, and they were very hungry young men. Lots and lots of American hamburgers. Together, we gave them clothes. Andy and Nico arrived in Rome with barely the things they had on their backs, barely more than that. And you and I were able to provide for them. We fed them, we clothed them. Most of all, Andy and Nico come from families that really could care very, very little for them. We were able to express God's love to them. Today, Nico and Andy both know that they are loved. They understand that I'm a missionary. They really don't understand living by faith. They don't understand that God provides everything for a reason, for a purpose. But little by little, they've come to understand in their most difficult time here in Rome, the only people who reached out to them, who helped them, were Christian people. And I thank you for giving me the holy, godly opportunity to do just that. June the 7th, I'm going to be going to Israel. And you know what? The ticket has been provided. God provided for that. I still need about $500 of spending money, expense money for this mission. This is going to be a servant mission. We're going to be doing maintenance at the local Baptist Village Conference Center. It's in between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. For the first 5 days, we're going to be working there. And then the last 3 days, we're going to be visiting the sites of the Holy Lands, the places where Jesus walked. Would you please pray about that? Would you please pray for the time that we're there, as well as the funds that are still needed for this to be accomplished? I know that God has great things in store for all of us. Could you continue to please pray as well for the Monday night outreach, that those who are in a difficult situation, living on the streets, international refugees of some sort or another, local domestic people that find themselves in difficult situations, international travelers. We meet all kinds of people on Monday nights. Could you please pray for that outreach? Could you also please pray and continue to pray for the English as a second language classes that we have at the Baptist Church every Tuesday night? Pray that people are ministered to. There's about 100 local people that come there for one reason or another to study the English language. And of course, we're able to love them and share with them the reason that we are so joyful and we have peace because of Jesus Christ. Could you please continue to pray for all of the events that are going to be happening throughout Rome for this spring and this summer season? There are many, many opportunities that we will have to share the gospel. And personally, could you continue to pray for me? Could you continue to pray for Andy? Could you continue to pray for Nico? My family. I love them very much, as if they were my own, even though they're thousands of miles away from me in different directions. The last thing. Mission Roma has been financially challenged this year, and support is coming in a completely different way than it ever has before. God is still providing, and providing adequately and abundantly. Could you please pray about 6 people? 6 people who would pledge and commit $50 a month to partner with Mission Roma. God has all the resources. God knows what needs to happen to continue this ministry here in Rome. I'm by faith asking if there's anyone who would really want to partner and to join the work that God is doing here in Rome. I pray that you would consider Mission Roma as a worthy ministry to partner with. Thank you for your prayers. Jesus is coming back really soon, and in this short season that we still have before he returns, today, love somebody with the same love that was given and expressed and shown to you by him.